preset that came out with Helix Stadium, I had a lot of people asking if I had anything for the original Helix family of products. And I did, but I hadn't updated since the Neural plugin had come out. So I tried importing the settings over from my Stadium preset directly over to OG Helix, and it just didn't quite perform the same way. So I deleted everything, started from scratch, and opened up Neural, opened up my DAW, and really went at matching the original Helix with the Neural plugin. So this is my more modern take on what I would be using for my John Mayer inspired rig. Now, since Helix Stadium has a lot more DSP, I was able to get a ton of things into Stadium that before on OG Helix, I would have to make multiple presets. So this time, there are going to be two bundles. There's going to be a Stomp bundle, and there's going to be an OG Helix bundle. With those bundles, you're going to get 5 presets for the Stomp. And with the Stomp, it's EQ'd ever so slightly differently just to compensate for how I had to use 1 cab block instead of 2 cab blocks. But all in all, EQ, everything, I matched it directly back to Neural, and it sounds great. So there's going to be one that's going to be just the amps you can use like on your pedal board. There's going to be one that is going to have all the drives and delay. There's going to be one that has all the wet effects. And then there's going to be 2 AIOs, or all-in-one patches. And those all-in-one patches are going to take one of the amps, the Vibro, and then there's going to take the other one, which is going to be based off the 2-Rock, and they're going to be their own patch with effects, so you could kind of do a standalone rig on your Stomp. So you'll have all those, but the tones that are going to be on the Stomp are going to be what you hear on OG Helix as well. So let's take a look at the 3 patches I have for original Helix. Alright, so the 3 patches I have for original Helix are going to start with what I have as just my John Mayer patch. This is my basic patch, what I'd be using for the vast majority of the time. So with this one, we'll start and just kind of go in our clean setting. I have a bunch of different snapshots in here. And then also down here I have basically how I use it, which is more in the pedal board mode. So this is going to be clean. But this one has like your boost, your Klon, TS10, Dumble drive, which is going to kick the drive in on the GSG, Qtron, your Aquapus, your longer delay, chorus, harmonic tremolo, and then a mix for the hall, like a low and a high. So I'll go over here to our snapshots and just kind of give you a little bit of what each of these are doing. So it sounds great and gives you that classic clean. You can kind of start from there. And if you're going through our snapshots, we'll go through, and this will be like the intro to Belief. And I don't have any noise gates or anything on at the beginning of the chain. If you want to put those on for yourself, it's great. I do have a lot of RFI interference down here with my studio, so I do have to kind of get in the right position, and with all the lights and everything, it gets a little crazy. But so if you hear some noise, it's because it's actual single coils, and I don't like putting those in the front. But if you want to turn it on in the front for the noise suppression, by all means, put that gate on in the beginning. All right, so here is the Belief tone. All right, and then we go over here, we got our Qtron. This is going to be like I Don't Trust Myself. All right, and then this is going to be our big solo. So this is going to be our Klon or TS10 and the Dumble drive. So this is going to be like the end of gravity. This is something like really, really big, very loud. So it's going to be noisy, but what it does also is whenever it engages the Dumble drive on the amp, it is going to turn on a noise gate after as well, before your wet effects, to bring down a lot of that noise. All right, big solo is going to engage both of your drives and your Dumble drive, and then when your Dumble drive is engaged, it's also going to turn on a noise gate, which, let me show you here real quick. If you go into your pedal view, when you hit this Dumble drive, it's actually going to engage this noise gate that's up here as well. So in some of these patches, if you see the Dumble drive engaged, it's because this patch, this foot switch rather, is engaging both the Dumble drive and the noise gate. So sometimes I have the noise gate on just to help after the amps, before the cab and for all the wet effects. So don't always be alarmed by that, but that is what's going on. So if you are messing with any presets or any of the snapshots, just keep that in mind, as these two are tied to the same button, and I just have it on for the drive. But definitely is super gainy. And then we got our little last train home here. It's going to be our drives and our chorus. Also have Shot in the Dark, which is going to be like a clean, boosted chorus sound. So you can get like... and then you're going to have just your Klon. And the Klon is in here just for those who like to live in snapshot land. It's just going to give you the boost in the Klon. And then Gravity is going to give you the intro to Gravity as well, and have that nice, like, clean, warbly tremolo. All right, so going over to the next preset, John Mayer, WTLI, Where the Light Is. So this, basically all this is really doing is replacing the Klon with a blues breaker. So depending on which flavor of Mayer tone you like, that's what this guy's going to do for you. So that's really it. So that's why when you look at our snapshots here, the only thing that are different is going to be your blues breaker is going to have its own instead of the Klon. And then I think this Belief intro sounds better to me. This is like more of like the traditional sound of what I like. So sounds great, and that's really it. They're going to all be the same after that. And then if we jump over to our last one, we are going to go jump over to our last one. We got the JM3. So this is more of a trio preset. So the difference with that, we do have some trio songs in here. If we go look at the pedal view, it's going to be our Klon, TS10 again, or Dumble Drive. We do have a stereo vibe going on, so you can get that sound for when John does use the vibe. It's not as terribly often, but it's in there because we had the space, and it is a lot of fun just to like engage that one. Definitely works really well when you're listening to it in stereo, but for the most part, we're going to go here and we just kind of have them more based on some of the trio songs. So we have like, I Don't Need No Doctor. And then this one is going to have the wah on. So if we go back to clean here, if you just push in your expression pedal and engage the foot switch, which is sometimes hard sitting down. There we go. If you engage that, that's going to give you the wah at all times. So, which is nice. I like having that for live whenever you just want to grab it for a solo. But for those of you who like to live over here, in Snapshot Land, we have one that just automatically turns it on with some drive. So you can just kind of go right into it. So that'll get you going there. And then other than that, it's a volume pedal every other time. Big solo, that's pretty much the exact same. Vultures gives you that like clean intro to Vultures. So it does the thing. Good Love. Now this one's going to be like really heavy. I like this one. I usually go in the middle position for Good Love, but it is very noisy. So, Good Love, it sounds great. Sorry for the noise. And same thing with like Who Do You Think I Was? It's going to be more of like that tube screamer distortion. And then Gravity as well. You're going to have Gravity in here. So the same as before. And those are going to be your 3 different patches that you have down here with this bundle. All right, so that's going to be a little bit of overview with some playing examples scattered in there as well. If you like what you hear, you can grab these presets on my website, jordanallenclark.com/store. And you're going to get both of those bundles. They're going to be $10 each. So $10 for the Stomp gets you all 5 of those presets, and $10 for OG Helix family will get you all 3 of those presets. And I highly recommend with these presets, you save the blocks that you like, save them as the names I have on them, or save them what you would like to save them as, and then just move them around. Like if you don't really need the wah for something, you can kind of move that. If you don't really need you don't need the Qtron for some songs or a set, move that around and make maybe more song specific patches and presets. That's the biggest thing with the older families. It doesn't have as much DSP. With Stadium, you can pretty much get absolutely everything into one, which makes it wonderful. But these are going to be available on my website today for $10. And if you want to click that subscribe button, stay tuned to what we're doing here. It means a lot. I greatly appreciate it. And I've been very overwhelmed with the support so far. So thank you so much. My name is Jordan Allen Clark. We'll see you next time.